In HVAC specifically, we got a tech shortage. The study just came out. We're around 200,000 technicians shortage throughout the country.
What is the best way, in your opinion, that I can get started in 2026?
There are so many different ways people can get into HVAC. And one of those that is the most traditional way, and that is obviously going through a trade school.
Really quick, before we get into this is a 7-part series that I sat down with Eric Grubbs, who is a professional, a trainer in the HVAC industry, has been in the HVAC industry for 20 plus years. Inside this series, we are going to go over everything from starting at ground zero with no experience to landing your first job in the HVAC world. So if you want to get started and build a career in the HVAC industry, these videos are for you. So stay tuned. Let's hop into it. We are back here. I had the privilege to come back and visit Eric Grubbs. If you guys have not checked out the podcast I did with Eric, he is an HVAC professional. So in this mini series, we are going to be going over a handful of ways that you guys can get started in the HVAC industry, brand new, no experience. If you're 18 straight out of high school, or if you're like me, 29 years old, and you want to get started in HVAC, this series of videos is for you. So let's hop right into this. Eric, I'm 18, I'm graduating high school, or I'm 29, and I want to get started in HVAC. What is the best way, in your opinion, that I can get started in 2026?
Perfect, Austin. There are so many different ways people can get into HVAC. And one of those that is the most traditional way, and that is obviously going through a trade school, right? There's numerous different trade schools in almost every city and almost every place around the country to where they can actually just go to trade school, whether it's on a scholarship, so that's also an opportunity to be able to get into some trade schools. What they can do is, if they go the traditional route, they're going to go through either a 6-month, 9-month, or even a year, or even I've seen 2-year programs. They all vary. All of them are different. Some of them give you actually college credits for those classes. So you can, if it's through an accredited school, you can get college credits, which will go towards some type of degree program. So those are definitely some different options. And that's usually the most common, is going through the trade school, especially if you don't have a connection in HVAC already. But let's talk about some other options, is how to get into HVAC. One, unions. So depending on where you live and how strong the union presence is in that area, a lot of times you can go to the local union and be able to kind of get your foot in the door by going through their programs. I didn't go that route. I was in a union out in California, but I was already gone through trade school. So, but they do have their own training and apprenticeship programs to be able to get somebody into HVAC. Those are probably the two most common ways for somebody who just wants to get into the trade. Now, what I have seen around the country doing training all over, I always ask people, how did you get into HVAC? And surprisingly, a lot of people are either getting in through friends or family, meaning, hey, so-and-so got into HVAC because their family owned an HVAC company. So what they did was, as soon as they graduated high school, they rolled right in. They started out as an apprentice, installer, moved up into service, and then eventually became into a management type role for that family's company, or even took over the company. The other caveat to that is that those individuals, that their family has HVAC companies, the people that they go to school with, they'll say, hey, my family owns an HVAC company. How about after you graduate, you come and work for my family's business? Those have been the two most common ways that I've seen people come into HVAC without going through any type of trade school. Now, but how many people do we know that have HVAC companies, right? So for the most part, the traditional way is going to be the most common way to get into HVAC. What we're also seeing is other opportunities within manufacturers. Manufacturers are now putting together different types of training programs to kind of combat the issue that we have going on in our industry. In HVAC specifically, we got a tech shortage. The study just came out. We're around 200,000 technicians shortage throughout the country. Now, what does that mean? That's a combination of a lot of things. It means that people have either got into HVAC, maybe it wasn't a good fit with the company, and instead of them looking for another company, they just got out of the industry altogether. So retention can be a issue. Now, another thing that we see with people also that have been in the trades for a long period of time, they're retiring. They're hitting that retirement age. They've been doing it 40, 50 years. It's time for them to retire. So they're leaving the industry. And what manufacturers have noticed is, hey, if we can train folks and get them what they need to come into the industry, now we can kind of create a pipeline to be able to push folks through and get them the certifications that they need to be successful once they get to a company. And then manufacturers are also helping them pair up with companies in their area.
So if I'm 18 and I'm graduating high school this year in 2026, okay, and I want to get into HVAC, what would you recommend for me?
So first recommendation is always going to be the traditional way. So I'm either going to go talk to the local union, or I'm going to go talk to a trade school and look at their HVAC program and figure out which route is going to be the best for me. If your area doesn't have a union program and you just find the school that's the best fit, that would be the first route that I would take. 18 years old, just graduated high school, not sure exactly where you want to go in life, but you know you want to get into the trades and you want to get into HVAC specifically. That would be the first start.
And for any of you guys who are watching this, the union that basically represents all HVAC apprenticeships is the UA, which is the United Associations, which is one of the biggest trade unions in the country besides the IBW, which is the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. The UA is the union that you would want to look for an HVAC technician apprenticeship. Okay, so same question. I'm 30 years old, okay? Let's say I've been working retail or did some sort of office job for the last 10 years of my life, and I want to get an HVAC. What am I going to do? Am I still going to do the traditional? I have seen people talk about, hey, all I did was I called HVAC companies in my area and said, hey, I'll start out as a helper. My ultimate goal is to become an HVAC tech with your company. Do you guys offer an apprentice program? Can I come work for you guys? Do you see that working as well?
Absolutely. A lot of times with the training that I do, I always ask the students, how did you get into HVAC? And there's times where I do come across the person who's in their 30s and I said, well, what did you do before you got into HVAC or wanted to be interested in it? I've had students that were nurses that said, hey, I just got tired of being a nurse and changed 180 degrees to a completely different direction. So it is possible. It doesn't matter, the age that you get into HVAC, but in a similar sense as the 18-year-old, you've got the union option. You've also got the trade school option to be able to go that way. And then two, just from experience working with different people out in the real world, because you're not confined to the high school, opportunities. So you've got life experience. You may run across HVAC companies, and you can always ask that question. I've actually had a student that said, hey, how did you get into HVAC? Well, I had an AC problem. Company came out and I said, oh, so this is what you do. Yes, this is exactly what I do, and this is every day. I would love to do that. And so they start talking to that individual with that tech, and next thing you know, they're talking to their boss, hey, how do we get this person into our company and start training them? So I've seen it many different ways. Still, you can do the traditional way, or depending on the opportunities that are presented to you and people that you know.
I think that's very important to note. I do talk about that a lot in the videos. If you guys have watched any of my other videos of you never know on what door you knock on, they might just open it wide open for you, right?
Yes.
I have mentioned talking about, hey, you might be in a parking lot at a grocery store and you see an HVAC, van or truck, and you're like, hey, maybe let me go talk to that tech or talk to that person and say, hey, listen, I want to get an HVAC, what would you recommend I do or get started? And they might be like, hey, yeah, we're looking for people, right? So you never know that those doors that you knock on, who might open them. So I don't know. I think it's free to do that. You just got to have a little bit of courage and confidence, I guess, to do something like that, or to make some, you could say, cold calls to HVAC companies, or to actually physically go into location. I don't know. I could almost go as far as bringing flowers or some donuts to it. If you really wanted to do it, you could sweeten up the pie a little bit. But I don't know. I think you can't discredit that opportunity that could present itself if you just go out of your comfort zone a little bit to try something like that.
Well, and that brings up a great point, Austin. It's how much are you willing to go after what you want to do, right? And if you're ambitious, and especially in this market, HVAC companies, they'll take somebody ambitious. Hey, we'll get you the training, but I need somebody who wants to be here on time, and do the right thing. And if you can show that drive, they're willing to do that. I was in Chicago last week, and I was talking to a dealer, and he was telling me about one of the students that was in my class, how he got hired into their company. This young man actually went to a job fair, and the dealer was set up with a booth there, and he saw this kid kind of walking back and forth, and so the owner just jumped out there and said, "Hey, have you ever thought about getting into HVAC?" Didn't know he was the owner of the business or anything like that. And he goes, "Well, no, not really, but what is it about?" So we had a quick conversation with him. He says, "Hey, come by my office tomorrow. Let's do an interview if you're interested." And he's now one of the top techs for this guy's company, all because the owner stepped out at a job fair to say, "How would you like to get into HVAC? We'll get you trained and get you where you need to be and understand what you're doing out there in the field."
So you guys heard it here from Eric Grubbs himself. Realistically, there's two of the traditional routes, which is, hey, you can enroll and go to an HVAC school where you will get certifications, training that could be 6 to 9 months to a year long. You could look into the union route with the apprenticeship. That's one way I would recommend, because that's going to be on-the-job training with in-class learning that you'll be paying to work for a company and earning while learning. And those are two of, I would say, the traditional routes. The non-traditional routes, I would say, is to, hey, cold call, go to an HVAC company. You never know who you're going to meet at the gym, at the grocery store, someone parked in an HVAC vehicle at Home Depot. Whatever those situations might arise, you never know where those conversations might go. So I wouldn't rule out that good getting out of your comfort zone in order to do something like that. If this is something you really want to pursue, you never know where those conversations might lead. So with that being said, we're going to hop into the next segment of this course. All right, Eric. So I've realized that HVAC is the industry for me, and I decide I'm going to go one of the traditional routes, which is going into trade school. If I was going to go enroll in, apply or get into an HVAC trade school, what could I expect inside that HVAC trade school?